What is up? I've always struggled to find people to play with. Recently, I joined the USTA Recreational League and I finally found people to play with. And I'm on my way to play this first person that I've coordinated with. It looks like some folks just got off the court, but I think some people are waiting. Unfortunate. Yay, turns out they're all together. So I did get a court. Coming at 5:26 was the right call. And now I'm just waiting for my partner.
I definitely want to say I'm starting off strong here. A lot of frames, a lot of not hitting the sweet spot, and at this point I was probably trying to work on footwork. I'm trying to get to the ball so I can be in the right position to do everything else. I think I've achieved that, but the balls were definitely flying all over the place. Not only going far, but also going right into the net. It was very, very hectic. But I really appreciate that I have a partner to work out these things with, and she was also very patient. She was probably around my level. It's always nice to have people at your level to play with. My coach says it's probably a good 70-30%. 70% of the time you can play with people at your level, and 30% of the time you can play people who are better than you. Honestly, the sunset was so pretty. I was having a great time playing at this time right after work. No stress, no points, not a tournament. This was a great time. We also got to do some serving practice. We played some mini games, obviously first ball in on serves, but at this point I was still very unstable with my serves. Even though I saw improvement during my serve training week, I still see myself tossing a little bit too high and not positioning myself in the right place right after my serve. That's something I really need to work on. Wow, that was a very curved serve. That backhand was definitely jammed and it hit the frame. Nice backhand. Nice getting to the ball. Yeah, that one hit too low on my bracket. It didn't hit the sweet spot. Sometimes on my forehands though, I notice that I'm moving backward when I'm hitting, and a lot of the times I'm hitting my forehand mid-air, which definitely diminishes a lot of my power.
That was a pretty good session. I think I played really badly. We both have really bad serves, but it was good practice and good to have someone who's also working on the things that you're working on so they can tolerate how bad I am, I guess. None of my returns, my backhands or forehands, are going in. They're shooting out a lot. I do notice that I'm holding back my backhand and not doing a full swing. And whenever I try to swing really hard, or I try to do a full swing, the ball goes into the net. And that's very frustrating. I definitely lost more games in that practice round. Right now, it's actually so frustrating how bad I am. But I don't get enough play time, so I really hope that I'm improving at a faster pace than I am right now. But I guess that is the grind. I'm so impatient, bro.
This next session is the day right after my previous practice, and this was a spontaneous decision to play with my coworkers because I got stood up by the person from the league that I coordinated with. My coworkers are definitely a lot better than I am, so playing doubles with them is very stressful in my opinion. I just get stressed trying to keep the ball in game. this is definitely my 30% of playing with people who are better than me. Yeah, playing under pressure definitely didn't help. I'm doing okay on my high lobs, but the long baseline, backhand, and forehand still isn't quite working for me. During this period, I basically didn't touch the ball. And I didn't need to, so good for me. So here's me serving. Definitely took a lot of time, a lot of their patience. Yeah, the stress definitely didn't help. And right as my serve got in, I sent the ball straight into the net. It's so painful.
Dude, that was so fun. Just finished playing with my coworkers and friends of my coworkers. They're either a little bit better than me or a lot better than me. It was very hard keeping the ball in game, but we rallied at the end, 1v1, and that was really nice. Got me some really good forehands and backhands, and I got a great sweat in. Yay!
So in between that previous practice and this practice, I played the 1 hour USTA League doubles. That was a great double session that mixed in between all my singles practice session. Really great practicing grounds. This is me playing with my middle school friend who is a very athletic person, but not that serious into tennis. Great person to rally with, but I'm still running around not hitting my sweet spot. But I am seeing improvement in my swings. I am coiling a little bit more, swinging my shoulders and my entire torso a little bit more on my forehands. I am prepping back here a lot longer than I should, which decreases the power given my swing. But I am tuning that and I am already seeing improvement in my coil. I think that's very eye-opening. Just increasing playtime can do so much for you.
No.
And that was a good backhand. Well, things that I'm working on, focusing on the ball up until the moment your racket hits the ball. That really helps me hit the sweet spot a lot more. I am still backing up on my forehands for the very deep balls. Definitely doesn't help with my power, but at least I'm noticing them, you know?
Nice.
For these wider backhands, I really struggle to get there on time, so I always end up too jammed, and then the ball never lands inbound. I also see when the ball is short, my feet gets planted for some reason. I really need to stay on the balls of my feet and try to get to those balls as soon as possible. These balls aren't being sliced. They're not spinning or slowing down. So there really isn't an excuse for me to reach down and dig. Gosh, so many things to work on. Great split set right there. My coach will be proud.
Sorry.
And this backhand is what I'm talking about when I don't fully finish the swing. I'm trying to use my racket face to guide the ball into the court. It's counterproductive, but I don't know why I do it, honestly. It's a mystery. My serves are getting a little bit more stable. I am tossing lower and getting a higher probability of getting the ball inbounds on my serves, so I'm glad. Couple of pretty solid serves, even though they're no power. I am getting them inbound, so that's improvement.
Nice! Ha! No! Nice.
And here I'm trying to add more power, but for some reason that was probably too much topspin or slice that it keeps getting into the net. It's not working. I'm still working on adding power. Hopefully I get to learn that next.
Okay.
Again, please ignore that.
Yay, that was good hitting. I was consciously trying to coil myself. I think I got a few coils in there, but it's really hard to get coil if my feet don't get there first. If the ball is not in front of me in like a general nice to hit area, it's basically very hard to even coil and use my body. That's my takeaway. Let me know if that's wrong or if there's any other tips for incorporating coiling, because it's so easy to use my arm to reach instead of like positioning my body in the right place to hit with coil. But that was really good practice.
Today is Sunday and I'm playing with a friend of mine. This is day 5 of playing tennis this week. Let's get it. Today I'm playing with my ball machine.
What I'm working on today is still coil. I am feeling it a lot more in my forehand. Backhand, maybe it comes naturally, but y'all can let me know if I'm wrong. Today I'm playing with my friend Joanne, and she's also a beginner. It looks like the courts are empty. There's a soccer group playing on the soccer field. How come tennis people wake up so late? Just kidding, just kidding. Keep waking up late so I have courts.
We love a good Sunday early morning tennis session where the courts are empty. I will not refuse any practice time, regardless of where that person's level's at. I can find ways to play with them. And here is my beginner friend Joanne. I own a ball machine, so I thought it would be nice for us to start with a ball machine so we can all practice on our own, and later on maybe play some rallies at the end.
Wee. Nice.
Obviously, the ball machine is really good for consistent shots. Once I set up the ball machine at the right distance and the right speed and height, I can play all day. The bottleneck really is picking up the balls. So when I play by myself, I spend so much time picking up my, 20 balls that I have. I would like to up that ratio of play versus ball pickup, but until I find a solution, this is what I'm stuck with. So I'm very grateful that I'm playing with another person that speeds up the ball pickup process. Yeah, this is ball pickup. Sped up, obviously. It is definitely a skill to know not to run at the ball, but run around the ball so you have space to swing, both forehand and backhand. And you are very clearly seeing me doing that. I'm very happy that I mastered this skill, I guess, and that is giving me a lot more space on my forehand so I don't feel jammed, and they're a lot more controlled. As you can see, some of these balls are very low compared to my previous ones, obviously. I'm glad I found that breakthrough in this session. And I'm also very happy to report that my forehand looks a lot better in this session. I'm adding more instant power when my racket hits the ball, even though they go a little bit high. But I am feeling good. This was a great session for both my forehand and backhand, I think.
Nice. Hey, we're playing tennis again on a Monday afternoon after work. It's a great way to start my week, and I just feel really refreshed because I get the Monday blues a lot. When there's tennis to look forward to after work, it's always a good place for me to keep working on Monday. It is starting to get a little chilly here in Boston, so I'm a little sad that tennis season might be ending up here in the Northeast. But hey, we take it day by day and we'll play as far as we can. So come play tennis with me.
This was the day right after that previous session. We have 3 people here, and so we're playing 2v1 a lot. I actually really enjoy 2v1, me being the single person on that side. I like to be challenged running around the court and also positioning myself to the right spot. And I got a lot of that good practice here. Both of my partners here are very good hitters. They send the ball generally inbounds and they can keep the ball in game. I definitely got a lot of practice. And you can see that my swings are a lot fuller in this session. Here's me 1v2 and I'm definitely running around a lot. But I look really confident. I look like I can measure the ball distance really well. And I can always send the ball back to the middle, which is something I'm pretty proud of. Hey, I would say that this is pretty good hustle right there. See how, and I back up and still get the ball in the court. Hey, let's go. My coach has mentioned to me that I am putting too much power in my swings. He mentioned I should focus on actually hitting the sweet spot and dampening my power a little bit right now because it increases my chance of error. He gave me this note after these practices, but looking back, I do notice that I'm putting a lot of power in. And here we're back to one-on-one. These are pretty solid forehands. I'm very proud. Backhands, not quite yet. I'm still jammed in a lot. Oh, that was a good one. That was frame. Run, JD, run. Oh, that was such a low forehand. Nice. I can definitely tell this was a great session. Yay.
This is Linda. She's a friend from the USTA Recreational League.
Yes.
Good game. But I feel like we're improving.
Yes.
Right?
I think, first of all, after the last Monday,
Yeah.
my serving was better
Really?
than Friday match. So.
Let's go. Who needs blush when you can play tennis with your friends? Today's session actually felt really nice. Everything is a lot more natural. I know I've played a lot of sessions in this past week, but this is the first session that I feel like I know what is going to happen with my racket. It feels so good when you're like, the balls are getting to the sweet spot more often. I can kind of determine where I want to hit the ball. And whenever the ball doesn't behave how I expected it to be, I know, like, oh, my feet didn't get there soon enough, or I didn't coil enough and my arm didn't prep enough. Or I was lazy, so I decided to go with a single backhand slice instead of a double backhand. This might be a breakthrough, guys. I'm also very glad that the people I play with are also improving. Our rallies are a lot smoother, a lot longer, and I'm just really happy to grow with everyone around me. Hey, isn't that the whole point? I'm just so happy right now. Yay, good session! So I also played today. I played with my friend Anna from the USTA League as well. We got to the courts a little bit later than people, so the court was backed up. But these high school kids were really nice to let us play with them. Over the course of 9 days, I played 7 days of tennis, all in varying amounts, with people of varying skill levels. Overall, I feel like I've improved a lot. Unconsciously, it's actually very interesting. My coach definitely has told me that playtime is key. Just getting out there and playing helps improve. I remember 9 days ago feeling very frustrated because of how I would miss like really easy hits. The ball just, I blame the ball. The ball just doesn't get to the right spot on the racket. I was so frustrated that I looked up like tennis camps, thinking that I need an intense course or camp to set me on the right track. But my coach told me just try to rack up a lot of playtime. So here I am playing 7 days of tennis over 9 days. Toward the end, I have a much better racket feel. There is this point in all sports, I feel like, that your body just understands what to do and how to interact with whatever, whether it's a ball, a racket, or pace for running. Basketball was my previous sport. For people who know how to play basketball, like dribbling, passing the ball, shooting, you know how heavy the ball feels. It's a ball feel for basketball. And for racket sports, I'm pretty sure it's how the racket becomes a part of you and part of an extension of your arm. Also, how far the ball bounces. And I think I can finally say that I found a glimpse of that feel, I guess. Serving is hard, forehand power is hard, backhand stability or directions are hard, but that racket feel feels really nice. And one even better feeling is when both you and your friend who you're playing with both notice that you guys are playing better than the last time you played. And I definitely like growing together as a group, as a community. I'm glad I pursued more playtime, but glad to say this was all very worth it and I feel much more grounded in this sport. Thank you so much for coming with me on this journey. The journey is not smooth, but I'm so glad you're here. And I'll see you guys next time.